by the water's edge. You wore flowers, I made a pledge. Radio played old Johnny's tune, barefoot dancing beneath the moon. You laughed like summer, sweet and slow, in a world that moved like a country show. Take me back to old dirt roads where time stood still and love just flowed. Denim dreams and southern skies, back when forever meant no goodbyes. Before the world got fast and loud, we made our vows without a crowd. You take me back, back when love was country.
We hit the bars in '85, neon hearts and late night drives. You sang with Reba, played along, two hearts lost in a George Strait song.
You wore boots, I wore pride, and I still feel you by my side. Take me back to old dirt roads where time stood still and love just flowed. Cold beer, warm hands, soft July, and your name written in the sky. Before the noise, before the screams, we built our life on porch light dreams. You take me back, back when love was country. Highways, flashing lights, but I still miss those Friday nights. That old cassette still sings your name, and nothing ever feels the same. Take me back to simple days, to vinyl songs and honest ways, pickup trucks and slow dance tunes, chasing stars, not dollar moons. I'd trade it all, you know I would, to feel that kind of love for good. You take me back, back when love was country. Yeah, take me back, back when love was truly country. Out where the cornfields kiss the sky, we'd ride in trucks, just you and I. A dashboard full of country songs, where nothing ever felt so wrong.
You held my hand in Levi blue, and every sunset felt brand new.
Take me back to dusty roads, old love letters and radios, when time was slow and hearts were true, and every mile led me to you. The 70s, 90s days, where love was real in simple ways. Oh, how I miss those country nights with you. We danced beneath the neon sign, your boots on mine, in perfect time. A jukebox played our favorite track, and nothing could ever hold us back.
You had a spark I can't forget. You were my first, my best one yet.
Take me back to dusty roads, small town dreams and rodeo shows, when jeans were tight and hearts were wide, and had nothing left to hide. The 70s, 90s days, where love was real in simple ways. Oh, how I miss those country nights with you.
Now the world's gone fast and screens glow bright,
but I still dream of that porch light. Your laugh still echoes in my mind, like steel guitars lost in time. Take me back to dusty roads, honky-tonks and country oats, back when forever meant you'd stay, not just drift and fade away. The 70s, 90s days, where love was real in every way. And I'd give it all for one more night with you. Just old country hearts on dusty roads, where true love never grows old. We were two hearts in a one-light town, Chevy truck and the windows down, FM static, but the song came through, something about forever and a love so true. You wore denim, I wore dust, and we swore that love was more than just luck. Take me back on that old dirt road, where the stories live and the memories grow. Through the 70s skies and 80s nights, 90s dreams and neon lights. Every year still feels brand new when I'm riding back in time to you.
you had big dreams and a wild streak, hair teased high and boots on your feet. We crank up Hank on the old tape deck, singing loud with no regrets. Love was loud, but it felt just right, under southern stars and Friday lights.
Take me back on that old dirt road, where stories live and the memories grow. Through the 70s skies and 80s nights, 90s dreams and neon lights. Every year still feels brand new when I'm riding back in time to you. Now the town's changed and the radio's gone, but your laugh still echoes in every song. I keep a photo in my glove box still, and a piece of your love on every hill. So take me back where my roots run deep, where love was sold and still runs sweet. Through the 70s skies and 80s nights, 90s roads and pale moonlight. Every year I still pull through on a back road time machine to you. Yeah, this old heart knows what is true. I'm always heading home to you. I still hear your laugh on a summer breeze Back when love was slow like the Georgia trees, we'd drive that Ford down a gravel lane, singing Johnny Cash in the pouring rain. Back when a promise meant something more, and time moved like a front porch door.
Take me back where the old songs play, where love don't rush and hearts still stay through the 70s heat and 80s nights. Back when holding hands just felt right.
Give me a radio, a truck, a view, and every old memory of you. You wore blue jeans and a neon smile. We two-stepped through life for a little while, honky-tonks and small-town bars, making wishes on beat-up stars. You said forever on a Friday night, under faded signs and neon light.
Take me back where the old songs play, where love don't fade and hearts don't stray through the 80s dust and 90s skies. Back when goodbyes still made you cry.
Give me a jukebox and a slow dance too, and one more chance to be with you. And now the roads are wider and the world's moved on, but I still hum our favorite song. Time can change the way things look, but not the way your touch once took the lonely ride out of me.
So take me back where the old songs play, where hearts had time and folks would stay to the 70s fire and 80s nights, the 90s love that still feels right.
Let the chords and the sunset shine through, and play me back home to you. Yeah, play me back home to you, where the old songs still feel true.
We were barefoot kids on a red dirt road, back when love was light and the days were slow. You'd steal my hat and I'd chase you around under porch light dreams in a one-horse town. The radio played old Merle and Hank, and life was sweet as a cola drink. Take me back to those old-time days where a song could heal and a heart could stay, when a pickup truck and a Sunday smile could carry us on for a country mile. Back when the music had something to feel. Yeah, back when the country was real. You wore denim skirts and a George Strait tee. We'd dance all night by the old oak tree, moonlight falling on your windswept hair. Love was easy 'cause we didn't care. We didn't need much but a good old tune, a little Tim McGraw and a harvest moon. Take me back to those neon nights where a jukebox played our wrongs and rights, when love was loud and life was slow, and we'd get lost on a back road show. Back when the stories were raw and real. Yeah, back when the country was real. Now the steel guitar don't cry like it used to, and the stars don't shine like they did for you. But I still ride with your ghost in mind, chasing the past I left behind. So take me back to that front porch light where the love ran deep and the songs felt right through the 70s wind and 80s flame to the 90s rain where you called my name. Back when the music could truly heal. Yeah, back when the country was real.
I was 17 with a restless heart. You were barefoot under southern stars. We carved our names in an old oak tree, swore we'd never leave this Tennessee. You wore flowers, I wore pride.
In a world where slow love never died.
Take me back where the gravel flies, where the only truth was in your eyes. Pickup trucks and faded jeans, front porch nights and county dreams. Back when love was slow and real, old boots and back roads, that's how it feels.
We lit up the night in '85, neon signs and a small town dive. George Strait singing on a jukebox beat, you in my arms, no empty seat.
Friday nights and Marlboro skies, you were my wild, I was your ride. Take me back where the gravel flies, where the only truth was in your eyes. Two hearts are racing in a Chevrolet, dreaming love in a reckless way. Back when songs could help you heal, old boots and back roads, that's how it feels.
Now the town's grown up and we've grown apart, but I still hear your name in a country chart. Every chord, every faded sign takes me back to when you were mine.
So take me back to that lost time, where forever wasn't just a line. Through the 70s sun and 90s rain, I'd give it all to feel again. Back when love had dust and wheels, old boots and back roads, that's how it feels.
Old boots and back roads,
And a love too real to steal.
there's dust on the dashboard, the radio's broke, but I still hear you laugh in every note. The seat's torn leather, but I don't care, 'cause still feel your fingers tangled in my hair. That old Ford truck don't run like new, but it took me places, mostly to you. We didn't need much back in those days, just a little bit of love and some George Strait. Back when the songs were slow and true, and every word felt just like you. When vinyl spun and hearts were worn, and boots hit floors till early morn. We didn't fake it, we didn't rush, just a front bench seat and a gentle touch. Now all I've got is the life we stored in the dust on the dashboard. You wore my flannel, I wore your
your smile. We talked about forever every couple of miles. You'd lean in close at a red light stop, kiss me soft with a Conway drop. Now neon signs just don't shine the same, and all this chrome feels cold and plain. I'd trade these years all dressed in gold for one more ride on that gravel road. Back when the songs were slow and true, and every mile was me and you. When love was lived, not just sung, and freedom tasted like chewing gum. No GPS, no fancy chord, just a map in the glove and a heart restored. Now memories ride where we once roared, through the dust on the dashboard. Sometimes I park beneath that tree where you first said you loved me. Turn the key though it don't start, but that silence still sings to my heart. Back when country felt like home, not just beats through a mobile phone. When stories mattered and hearts could mend, and goodbye didn't mean the end. So I'll keep driving down this chord with a prayer and a pedal and a love I stored in the dust on the dashboard. Yeah, that old truck's quiet, but it knows where every true love story goes. I still remember that old red barn where you stole my heart and held my arm. George Jones on the radio, barefoot dancing real slow. You wore boots and a faded dress. We didn't need much, we had the rest. Moonlight shining on your face, back when love moved at a softer pace. Take me back to gravel roads where hearts were loud and voices low, to Friday nights and vinyl spins where love was young and full of sin. Back when it was country through and through, steel guitars and skies so blue. No fancy lights, no runway style, just you and me in country miles. You'd wait for me by the corner store, flipping through tapes from '84. Your laugh was louder than the band. We'd hold the night in calloused hands. Your daddy said I drove too fast in that Chevy with a broken gas. But we were wild and we were free, living young and recklessly. Take me back to old dirt lanes where thunder rolled and love remained, to front porch swings and summer fire where every touch would spark desire. Back when it was country, deep and true, with cowboy boots and morning dew. The kind of love that never lied, just two hearts and a countryside. Now there's neon signs and polished boots, but it don't sound like it used to. I close my eyes and hear your voice in Conway songs, in Reba's choice. Take me back to sweet July where your goodbye still makes me cry, where jukebox tunes and radio waves still echo through the love we gave. Back when it was country, raw and real, when every heartbreak had to heal. And though the years keep passing by, before it changed, and I'd go back if I could trade. I was raised on back porch songs where Mama hummed all evening long. Daddy's boots by the old screen door, and Hank Williams on at 4:30. He showed up in a faded dress with tangled hair and Sunday best. We slow danced in the gravel drive while George Strait kept our love alive. Play me that small town radio where hearts were real and time moved slow, where every line told a truth we knew, and steel guitar and shades of blue. We didn't need no city lights, just moonlit barns and summer nights. Love was loud and life was low on a small town radio. You left your boots by my back seat. We chased the stars down dusty streets, cassette tapes spinning worn out lines about forever and simpler times. The diner jukebox knew our song. We'd play it twice and sing along. Coffee cold, but hearts were warm, sheltered in a country storm. Play me that small town radio with Reba's voice and a twang so slow, where goodbye hurt but love was true, and every heartbreak sang like new. We didn't fake, we didn't hide, we wore our pain with country pride. Life was real and tears would flow on a small town radio. Now the airwaves sound too clean, lost the soul in the machine, but I still find you in those chords when I rewind the past we store. So tune me back to that quiet road where hearts got healed through every note, where love was raw and roots would grow deep as that old tobacco row. We were just kids, but didn't you know, forever lived on that radio. Yeah, I'll grow old, but never let go of that small town radio.
There's a rusted sign on County Road 9 and a gas station frozen in time. That's where I first saw your sweet blue eyes under a southern sunset sky. We were dancing slow in your daddy's barn, barefoot hearts and tangled arms. You wore my jacket, I wore a grin, and the radio played Merle again. Take me back where the old songs play, where time moves slow and hearts don't stray. From front porch lights to county fairs, we found love in the midnight air. Just a small town boy and a wildflower girl, with nothing but dreams and a whole wide world. I'd give it all for yesterday, back where the old songs play.
We carved our names in that sycamore tree right next to Johnny Love's Loretta 83. Life was simple
faded frame. But when I hear that old refrain, I'm 17 and you're still near, like vinyl crackle in my ear. So take me back where the old songs play, to George and Tammy on the AM wave, where hearts were true and hands held tight, and we slow danced through every night. Just a simple love, no masquerade, where memories don't ever fade. Yeah, that's where I wanna stay, back where the old songs play. Yeah, some things never drift away like you, and where the old songs play.
I still remember that old red barn where you stole my heart and held my arm. George Jones on the radio, barefoot, dancing real slow. You wore boots and a faded dress. We didn't need much, we had the rest. Moonlight shining on your face, back when love moved at a softer pace. Take me back to gravel roads where hearts were loud and voices low, to Friday nights and vinyl spins where love was young and full of sin. Back when it was country through and through, steel guitars and sky so blue. No fancy lights, no runway style, just you and me and country miles. You'd wait for me by the corner store, flipping through tapes from '84. Your laugh was louder than the band. We'd hold the night in calloused hands. Your daddy said I drove too fast in that Chevy with a broken gas. But we were wild and we were free, living young and recklessly. Take me back to old dirt lanes where thunder rolled and love remained, to front porch swings and summer fire where every touch would spark desire. Back when it was country deep and true, with cowboy boots and morning dew, the kind of love that never lied, just two hearts and a countryside. But it don't sound like it used to. I close my eyes and hear your voice in Conway songs and Rebus Choice. Take me back to sweet July, where your goodbye still makes me cry, where jukebox tunes and radio waves still echo through the love we gave. Back when it was country, raw and real, when every heartbreak had to heal. And though the years keep passing by, that country love will never die. Yeah, we were country before it changed, and I'd go back if I could trade.
out on the porch with a six-string in hand. Daddy played tunes from a dusty band. Mama sang sweet in the evening breeze, while I carved our names in the old oak trees. You showed up in a sun-washed tee, barefoot dreams and a smile just for me. We rode that truck till the stars came down, two hearts lost on the edge of town. Back in those country days where love was slow and radio plays told stories real as the sky was wide, with a steel guitar and a hitching ride. We had George and Dolly on late night shows, boots on dirt and hearts that know no fancy lights, no fast highways, just love back in those country days. We chased fireflies by the county line. You wore my jacket, your hand in mine. Saturday nights at the rodeo fair, cotton candy kisses and windblown hair. You said forever and I believed, under that sky we never could leave. Now that road is paved and the jukebox new, but my soul still hums that old country tune. Back in those country days with two-lane roads and southern grace, where grandpa's words and a front porch swing meant more than diamond wedding rings. We had love that the world don't make, built on hope and a little heartache. I'd give it all for one more stay back in those country days. It's neon bars and auto-tune songs, but I still know where I belong, with faded jeans and fiddle cries and that small town look in your eyes. Take me back to those country nights where the stars burned bold and hearts felt right. No TikTok fame or empty praise, just real love in the old school ways. If I could turn back time, I'd lay my boots and heart where memories stay, back in those country days. Yeah, I'm still singing through the haze, a boy in love in those country days.
We're just kids in a two-tone truck, your hand in mine running out of luck. The radio played that old George Strait while the sun dipped low behind the gate. You wore your dad's old denim coat, we carved our names in that old oak post. Didn't have much, but we had time, and your sweet kiss tasted like moonshine. Take me back to gravel roads, to Patsy Cline and rodeo shows, where love was slow and hearts were true, and every song reminded me of you. From faded jeans to flannel skies, you were the fire in July nights. Yeah, we were wild and we were free, living on back road memories. Laughed like rain on a tin roof night. I held you close by the dashboard light. The world was big, but we stood tall, with nothing but dreams and a southern drawl. Your daddy warned me, son, be wise, but I got lost in your green eyes. Now here I am, still missing you, and that old Ford that barely flew. Take me back to gravel roads, to Conway Twitty on the radio, where porch swings told 1,000 tales, and you wore daisies, not designer nails. From pickup trucks touching my right arm. Time moves on, but hearts don't lie. I still see us in that July sky. So take me back, Lord, if you please, to old love songs and autumn leaves, where boots were muddy, hearts were clean, and dreams were born on fields of green. From dusty trails to old oak trees, you're still my back road memory. Yes, some things just don't ever leave, like love and back road memories.
Had a hand-me-down truck, 84 Ford, 2 speakers blown, but I still hit record. You climbed in with your boots and grin, hair in the wind, let the summer begin. Your daddy warned you I was trouble and wild, but you just smiled, that sweet small town smile. We drove that back road past Miller's farm with a Conway song in your hand on my arm. Back when love was country and life moved slow, steel guitars and the radio glow. No GPS, just the stars above, and a heart that beat with the first true love. No likes or posts, just Friday nights, tailgate talks and porch light fights. I still remember how you looked at me, back when love was country and we were free. We danced in boots at the county fair. You spun like a dream with daisies in your hair. I bought you a Coke and a silver ring. You swore forever in the moonlight's gleam. Mama said, boy, don't let her go, but time had a way of stealing slow. You left and fought for a bigger town, but I still hear your laugh when the sun goes down. Back when love was country, raw and true, with every goodbye stuck like glue. No city lights could outshine the way we felt in that Georgia pine. We didn't need much, just you and me, and a Randy Travis melody. It might be gone, but I still see back when love was country and you loved me. Now the songs all sound the same. No heartbreak, no small town name, but I've got a record and a photograph of a barefoot girl and a younger past. So play me back that old cassette with the words we never could forget, where love was loud and dreams were wide, and we were fire in the countryside. I'll never trade those memories, back when love was country and you were with me. Yeah, yeah, back when love was country and we were free.
I still remember that Chevy blue, you in my flannel and cowboy boots. We'd skip the diner, hit the field, chasing fireflies and how love feels. Radio crackling with George and Emmylou. You leaned on me like the sky was true. We were just kids, but the kind that knew that nothing felt more real than you. Back on that old county line where the stars would dance and your hand held mine. Didn't need nothing but time and grace, a little George Strait Your sweet smile and a backseat rhyme, I'd give it all to go back in time to that love we had on the county line. Your mama's porch light always stayed on while we sang along to a haggard song. Tires on gravel, hearts on fire. You were the spark in a rusted wire. Prom night came with a thrift store suit. You said yes in your red cowgirl boots. We slow danced till the tape ran dry. Made our vows under a July sky. Back on that old county line where life was slow and the world was kind, where love was more than a passing phase. It stayed like the echo of yesterdays. We had no map, just your heart and mine, running wide open past the county sign. I'd turn this truck back anytime to that love we lost on the county line. Now they paved that road and built a store, but I still see us at the reservoir. You in the glow of dashboard light, forever frozen in a summer night. Back on that old county line where country songs were yours and mine, before the years and the miles got long, before goodbye became our song. No matter where this life may wend, part of my heart's still stuck in time on that old sweet county line. I was 17 with a beat-up Ford, radio stuck on a cash accord. You were summer sweet in a cotton dress, hair all wild, heart a mess. We drove past fields and weathered barns, falling in love neath southern stars. Didn't need no money, didn't need a plan, just a slow love song and your hand in my hand. Back when the country was real, we said what we meant and we meant what we feel. Songs told the truth in a three-chord way, and forever was just a porch swing away. Steel guitars cried like midnight rain. Love was simple, hearts felt pain. Take me back to that old time deal. Back when the country was real. Mama hung clothes on a backyard line. Daddy drank coffee and worked overtime. We danced in the dust of a two-lane track to a little old tape of islands in the stream on the back. You wore boots that scuffed the floor, and I played George until my fingers were sore. Now the world's moved on, shiny and fast, but I still live in the songs of the past. Back when the country was real, before they traded roots for a record deal, and I love you was more than a rhyme, and goodbyes took a little more time. The jukebox spoke in honest tones about trailer parks and broken homes. Yeah, give me that slow, slow wheel. Back when the country was real. If you're looking for me, I'll be out in the field singing that old stuff where hearts could heal. Back when the country was true, it It was you and the wind and a sky so blue. No spotlight dreams, no empty fame, just a six-pack sunset and your name. And if time could turn this old wheel, I'd go back there, back when the country was real. Yeah, I'd go back there, where the love like the songs could heal. Out where the corn meets the sky so wide, where the crickets sing and the tractors ride. You and me in that old red truck, chasing dreams and kicking up dust. Radio played a Conway tune. You were dancing barefoot under the moon. Didn't need money, didn't need fame, just a little love and your sweet name. Back in the days of boots and blue jeans, front porch nights and faded Levi's seams. Love was strong, slow and true, like a Sunday drive with a hell of a view. No need for city lights or fancy start. We had each other and a back road heart.
Mama cooked with Patsy on the stove. Daddy prayed while the creek still flowed. We'd race the wind down Miller's Hill, laughing like kids, and time stood still.
You wore my jacket, I wore your grin. We swore forever with the scratch of a pen. Under the oak where the fireflies danced, I took a chance on our first romance. Back in the days of George and Loretta, when love songs felt a little bit better. We had cassette tapes and old school pride, a little small town fire we couldn't hide. No need for gold or fancy charts. We were rich with love and a back road heart. Now it's touch screens, fast lanes, neon nights, but I still dream in black and white of flannel shirts and simple starts, of you and me and our back road hearts. So here's to the days of pickup lines, of dusty roads and simpler times, to that kind of love that don't fall apart, just like we were, with a back road heart.
Yeah, I still drive that memory lane, where every mile still says your name. A faded map, a classic chart, you and me, and a back road heart.
That old dirt road still calls my name, where we carved our hearts in a window pane. Your sundress swayed in the August breeze, and I held your hand with shaking knees. You laughed like the radio playing loud, some Randy Travis, make your daddy proud. kids dancing by the creek so free. The only world we knew was you and me. Back in the time of AM songs, where every heartbreak felt lifelong, steel guitars cried with the pouring rain, and love was sweet like sugar cane. We didn't need no diamond rings, just a rusty truck and tire swings. You were my forever, my hand to hold, back on that old dirt road. Your mama warned you I was rough, but you saw gold in my worn-out truck. We'd watch the stars from the county line, singing He Stopped Loving Her Today in Time. Cornfields whispered as the night rolled in, and we'd steal kisses on a backyard swing. You told me love don't need a plan, just a good old song and a strong young man. Back in the time of Conway and Pride, when we lived slow and loved with pride, every goodbye had a reason to stay, and forever was just a song away. We didn't chase no city lights, we had the moon and firefly nights. You were my home and I was bold, back on that old dirt road. Now the world's gone digital, cold and fast, but I still hear you in the echoes of the past. Turn the dial, let the memories play, and take me back to yesterday. Back when a love song spoke your truth, and time stood still for reckless youth, where every mile was a melody, and your smile was all I need. I still remember how it glowed, back on that old dirt road. Yeah, I lost my heart and found my soul, back on that old dirt road. That old red barn still standing tall by the winding creek where we carved the wall. You wrote forever with a pocket knife. In the summer heat, you became my life. The radio played old George and Merle while I spun you round like a small town girl. Barefoot dreams on a gravel road in a sunset sky. Only we ever know. Take me back where the country still lives, where love was earned and hearts forgive. Steel strings cried and the stories were true, and Friday night lights were just me and you. No neon lights, no big city spins, just front porch nights and back row grins. Yeah, I still believe in what it gives, that place in time where the country still lives. Your daddy's truck, it barely ran, but it got us through like a working man. We danced to vinyl in a faded shed with 1,000 stars just overhead. Mama's cornbread and Grandpa's grace, Sunday mornings at a slower pace. We didn't need no fancy things, just calloused hands and wedding rings. Take me back where the country still breathes. We feel the song in the autumn leaves, a fiddle cry and a front porch swing, where a simple I do meant
country still lives. Now the charts play fast and slick, but I miss songs that used to stick, when every word was carved in oak and every tear was something spoke. So play that tape, let the needle fall, let the memories come, let the quiet call. 'Cause though it's changed and time forgives, I'm still holding on to where the country still lives. Yeah, where the country